Oh my god, guys. I'm a little bit shook. So, I just played my first, real mission in Freespace 2, and if you guys have been following that, because I know a lot of you aren't interested in my video gaming, but if you have been following, you might remember from the first episode that I put it on hard mode. Yeah, well, turns out training is, pretty easy, tame stuff, and then the actual missions, oh my god, I'm so, like, I've actually had my first, like, real burst of adrenaline in a long time, and I'm just like, holy crap. So I've got my chamomile tea, and if you guys remember my Twix obsession, I'm sure I used to go on about Twix, but yeah, which I think comes from a Seinfeld thing, but hey, whatever. My brother's got Twix, and yeah, I just grabbed one so I can have some chocolate. But yeah, wow, oh my god. So adrenaline. Adrenaline's an interesting thing. Oh, before I get into adrenaline though, I'm sorry I didn't live stream this week. Today would have been the day. Today that I'm filming, it's Thursday and it's 9:30 p.m. I'm filming, like I said, hey Dave, my door's closed, don't come in. The parents have gone upstairs, so it's just me and Hopi. Hopi's having a snooze on my bed. I don't know if you can see him from here. Yeah, so I'm filming this late on Thursday, which is a bit unusual for me. But yeah, no, I'm sorry I didn't live stream this week. Just, not feeling so great, and then just feeling like my brain needed some space. I think for those of you who are on my Patreon, I mentioned, like, a bit of that feeling of stagnation, and yet at the same time, I got a lot done last month. So I feel like my brain's just in this weird space, and I need to sort of get things together. And the thing about live streams, it's an easy way to make a video because I don't need to go through and edit. So the Freespace video that I just filmed with my failures and, like, panicking, that's going to take me a while to edit. This one won't, because, I just need to chuck an end screen on it, cut off the little crap at the beginning where the sound goes a bit weird on my camera, and it'll be sweet. But yeah, no, with live stream, you kind of just, like, you don't even have to schedule it. You could just go live at any time, and then it just goes up to YouTube, and you're done. You don't really need to do anything else with it, unless they're, like, super fancy. I think they have a new feature coming out soon where you will be able to save, like, clips from your live streams if you're the kind of person who does live streams that seem organized enough, that you could turn snippets into a video. I don't know that mine are like that, because I kind of jump from topic to topic and then come back to a topic, and then, yeah. Although, my regular videos are kind of like that anyway, so, who knows, maybe I could make use of it if there's, like, a specific part in a video that I'm like, oh, that would be really, well, a specific part in a live stream, if I thought, oh, that would be really good if I could cut that out and make it into a video. I don't know, but, yeah, no, generally, like, the whole live stream thing, you do it, it goes up, you're done. And actually, live stream's been really good for my watch time. My watch time has this massive spike because a lot of you hardcore guys who watch me, watch the entire thing, and that's, like, if it's 2 hours, that's a lot of time for me on my small little channel that you're adding by watching those live streams, so thank you for that. But yeah, no, this month this week I just felt like I need to sort of chill, and this morning, because I didn't have the live stream, I schedule the live streams usually around 2 p.m. because that's usually when I know I have the house to myself, but today I actually had the house to myself the whole day. But yeah, I just, like, because I didn't have the live stream scheduled, I could kind of think of my day as, like, completely clear. If I have anything on in a day, I tend to feel like that whole day I can't do anything until it's over. So yeah, today I actually got all the Freespace. Actually, I did the Freespace editing last night, but I got things uploaded, and then I was doing all the subtitles. So the most recent one that's gone up, Freespace video, will have subtitles because I fucked up the sound, because I was trying not to wear headphones, but then I also needed to hear things on the speakers, and I just put them a little bit too loud. And then trying to negotiate with the computer's sounds, and it was just, it's a mess, and there's some bits, like, that were hard to hear, so I've got subtitles on that. And that was kind of interesting, because I've never played with subtitles on YouTube before, so I had a bit of fun with that. And because I didn't have a live stream coming up, I could kind of feel like, oh, I can spend as much time as I want on that. And then I got some singing practice done, which was really good. I've got that performance coming up. Did I already mention it in this video? Sorry, I filmed an outro to the upcoming Freespace video, and now I'm like, what have I said in this video? I don't even remember. But yeah, no, if it's repetitive, I'm sorry, but I have a performance coming up on August 18th at the Townie New Town in Sydney. It's just a open mic, but I will be performing my new song there, and so I've been practicing that. And I'm also going to perform the 2 other songs I have that have a lot of growls, just to mess with people, because why not? And you know, because I want to join a metal band, if anyone happens to be watching or happens to come along and wants to start a band, I want them to know that growling is a thing I do. So yeah, all the growling songs do have singing in them as well, but I just want to kind of make that point. So yeah, I've been practicing that and it's coming along good. And then this afternoon, what else did I do? I think I did stuff. I'm just like, I'm still so shook from, the adrenaline. I need to have more chamomile. But yeah, so let's get back to the adrenaline, I guess. I was just like sort of thinking, you know, my life feeling stagnant, right? And also not being able to enjoy anything in life. I think adrenaline's maybe something I should be going for. Like, you know, I go through my weeks, and because I don't really have to work, you know, I'm very lucky that my parents are supportive, especially like since that last depression. You know, we all realize that I've got a real problem, and you know, they're like, we all understand it better now. So I'm kinder to myself, and they're more supportive than they probably were in the past when we didn't know. Like, you know, we all thought that I was just lazy at some point, you know, I'm sure. So, yeah, no, I'm very lucky with my life situation. But, and the only job I have at the moment is the bonsai job, which is maximum of once a week. So I'm not working this week, but I will be working next week, and then I've got 2 weeks off, and then but it's like only 1 day in the week. So yeah, not a lot going on in my life. I don't have a band at the moment, so I'm not going to weekly rehearsals or anything like that. I don't go out very much. I mean, I don't really have an income, so where can I go? Everywhere costs money, so I only go out sometimes, you know, because even getting on the bus costs money, you know, and there's nothing in my area really that's interesting that I could walk to. So, yeah, but I wouldn't even know where to go unless, like, you know, there's a couple of friends who occasionally ask me out places, and then I go to lunch with mum every now and then when she's got a day off. But otherwise, what am I doing with my life? I don't know. I sit around at home. I try and do some creative stuff. You know, I'm not been so good with the art lately, but I did get that whole song written. And then, you know, doing my YouTube and whatever, but otherwise, what's going on in my life? Not really much. I don't feel like I'm progressing anywhere. So yeah, and I also have this problem where things don't excite me. So it's hard to know what do I even want in life? What do I want to work towards? I don't know. But, you know, one of the things about music, right, one of the reasons I want to get back on stage is because one of the few things that does get me, like, excited and have, like, the nice buzzy vibe is getting up on stage and performing, and I think it's partly the adrenaline as well. So I'm now thinking, like, wait, Freespace 2 just gave me one hell of an adrenaline rush. Maybe this might actually be good for me, just because, like, you know, I was depressed for at least 2 years. I didn't, you know, it's hard to know exactly when it started and when it finished. But at least 2 years I was depressed. And I think that did rewire my brain in a way that wasn't really good for me. Because, you know, you're depressed for so long. That counted as dysthymia. You know, if you remember my video, I think it's melancholic depression and dysthymia. I talk about double depression, which I didn't even know was a thing until I went through it. You know, your brain, the way your brain, it's constantly shifting, right? You've got all these neurons and so on, and like when you're learning something, you strengthen the connections between those neurons. And you know, there's different types of neurons, so different types of learning and whatever. You know, knowledge-based learning, you're more likely to forget, whereas if you're learning a skill, that's a different sort of thing. You get muscle memory as well, so that stays with you a bit longer. So, like, you know, they say, like, riding a bike, you know, you can just get back on the bike and you kind of know how to do it, whereas, like, more knowledge-based things, more likely to go. Anyway, that's not really relevant to the point. That's just me going on a tangent. No, what happens with your brain, like, your brain's constantly figuring out which connections to strengthen and which connections to cut. Like, when you go to sleep, sleep's really important because that's when your brain cleans out all the junk that it doesn't need, and you know, it just gets rid of garbage generally, and you will be a lot healthier if you get proper sleep, which I don't do enough of. But I try. It's just like my sleep cycle doesn't match up with the family's. But you know, Anyway, still besides the point, sleep's important, but your brain's constantly doing this process, right? So if you think, if you're depressed, I mean, first of all, if you were depressed, I think more than 3 episodes, you end up in a high risk category. And I think that's because, like, once you've been through it that many times, obviously there's something, like, it's more likely to be chemical, I think, on one hand. But I also think, like, your brain is sort of getting used to the idea of being depressed as well. So it's reinforcing the parts of your brain that kind of trigger it in a way. And then if you think about, I was depressed for at least 2 years, and pretty badly depressed for a good chunk of that. Wow. Yeah, I'm not surprised that my brain is taking a while to adjust to having recovered. Like, I don't feel that same horrible weight all the time. I don't feel like crying at the tiniest little thing. Like, I've had my down days, but they don't last like they did when I was depressed. You know, I don't have that stuff, so I'm recovered, but it's taking my brain a while to remember how to enjoy things. And so, and I think it's just because of how long it was feeling shit. So now it's trying to relearn how to enjoy life. What I really need as well in life is just to figure out, what do I even enjoy? And, because I need goals, I need things to work towards, and I feel like too often I'm trying to fool myself into doing things because I remember liking them once, and like, maybe if I do it enough, maybe I will get some of that back, but it hasn't really been going that way. I mean, I think music's the best bet, but because I haven't been experiencing the proper excitement, like, I want to join a band because I know it'll be good for me, because I will be able to get out of the house more. I will be interacting with people who will be relying on me to do my thing. So I have some incentive to do stuff like, face-to-face people who will be like, you didn't do the thing, you're out of the band. I want to avoid that. So I would be working harder, have an incentive to do that. And then we get on stage, share what we've made, and like the adrenaline of being on stage and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's all theoretical in my brain. I know logically these are some steps I could take to get to a place where I might be enjoying myself again. But like, if it was that easy, then I would be able to do it with my solo project minus the social interaction kinds of things, right? I want to get back on stage. That's the ultimate goal, I guess. And I can do that with my solo project. But I just like I know once I get on stage I'll feel good, but it's hard to get there, I feel like, I know I'll feel good, but there's not enough drive coming from within me. I've sort of had to give myself this deadline, like, I booked a gig and now I have to do it. So now I'm like, okay, I've got to work hard. But it's not coming from within me in the way that it used to. Like, some of you guys have been following me for like 10 years, and I used to have more drive to do all these creative things. And right now I'm kind of just floating, and it's difficult. And, like, I think the last 3 normal kind of vlogs that I did were just me complaining about life and, being stuck and so on, in different degrees. I mean, I don't even remember what I talk about some of the time. But, yeah, and I'm just sort of thinking, like, maybe, like, I have not experienced this type of adrenaline in a long time, and Freespace 2 has given that back to me in a way that isn't as difficult as going out to doing the gigs, because, like, with gigs you got to do so much preparation, and then you've actually got to get to the place and then get up there and do the thing and then come home, and then you're not going to be able to, like, with the particular gig that I'm playing at, I think they don't want to have you too many months in a row. I think you can do maximum of 2 months in a row. Then they've got to give you a break so that other performers have some space. And then also there's a Wednesday open mic, but because I usually work on Wednesdays, it's hard to do that. Although I probably could fit some in because I do have some off. But anyway, no, there's like a lot of organization. It's not as easy to just get on stage. Whereas it is relatively easy for me to chuck on my computer, chuck on Freespace 2, and get one hell of an adrenaline hit. And I'm just sort of wondering, okay, let's just sort of make this the start of an experiment. Because I am going to play Freespace 2 anyway. I've sort of committed to this project of filming a full Let's Play, because, I don't know, I've got Stardew Valley, right? And that was something I would play when I was feeling really down, but I just haven't felt motivated because, like, I don't even know what I was trying to do last time. I set myself little goals to, I don't know, farm some cows or whatever. But I don't remember what my goals were, because it's been so long, and it's sort of like, oh, if I start that game up again, there's so much to think about, and I don't really want to. But with Freespace 2, I mean, I guess I was kind of thinking, oh, if I don't do a Let's Play, if I don't have this goal to complete an entire Let's Play, will I actually play the whole Freespace too? I don't know, because I have given up on games before. For example, Pokemon. I don't think I even got to the end of Black and White. I don't think I even finished all the gyms in Black and White, because I just got that bored with it. So I sort of, I guess was thinking that might be my motivation, is just doing a Let's Play. I told YouTube I would do it, and now I have to do it. But actually, I'm starting to think, like, maybe the adrenaline is another motivation to play the game. And to bring things back full circle, because I know I go on tangents and forget what my point was going to be. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Why am I saying I'm sorry? You guys love this shit. No, so what I'm wondering, okay, if I can be depressed for 2 years and that can fuck up my brain so that it's really hard to get back to a place where I'm enjoying life, right? What if I flood my brain with a whole bunch of adrenaline and use that to try and rewire it to a point where it can become excited without something like Freespace 2 making me go, oh my god, what am I doing? I'm dying, Like, what if that can give me just like that little kick I need to get the chemicals in my brain working again? Like, when I was a kid and I could just enjoy stuff, or like even 10 years ago when I used to vlog about vampires and being like, oh, isn't this really interesting, and interviewing vampires and whatever, and what happened to the old me? It's frustrating. Like, I know we all grow and change and mature and so on, but there are aspects of past me that I miss, that I feel like I feel like I had more creative drive once, and I mean, I was getting depressed then too, but I feel like, I hope emotionally I've stabilized a bit better. I've spent a long time working on different strategies to get through also my life situation. I'm not working some terrible jobs that make me hate life, so that helps. I just wonder, like, if I can recapture some of the good stuff about who I used to be and bring it back into current me. I don't know, just some theories. So, yeah. I'm starting to calm down. I've still got a little bit of the jitters just from, oh my god. Like, as soon as I start up the game, like, I've finished the briefing, as soon as I enter the mission, I was just, like, struggling. Struggling to survive. So, yeah, wow. Adrenaline, shook. I'm gonna have some Twix. Probably shouldn't, considering it's sugar and I need to calm down rather than fill myself up with sugar. But, I've got the chamomile tea to balance it out, right? And I'll just sort of relax. And if I still can't relax, then maybe later I'll chuck on the new game I got. It's like excavating dinosaurs, but like really cutesy, and I think it's a Japanese company. I don't know. We'll see how we go with that. But yeah, no. That's where I'm at. That's just the thought that I had. And yeah, sorry about no live stream. I need to relax for a bit. So that's all for now. I will see you guys whenever. The next video might be the Freespace video, but I'm not sure. It depends on, like, when I get around to editing stuff, because I do need to do other things, mainly rehearse, work on my vocals. I had to have a vocal rest day, I think, yesterday, because I overdid it before with trying different screams and overdoing too much screaming. Yeah, no, I said I was going to go. I'm going to go, rather than go on for another 15 minutes, which I know is my habit.